Okay. So let me do a reading because this shit is being juicy. So, one, from the reading earlier I did, there's a Queen of Pentacles reverse. That's an energy thief. Obviously, that was kind of like the leader of this whole situation. It could be Capricorn. It could be just somebody who's greedy as hell, materialistic, self-centered, and just focused on the carnal things in life. Not even carnal things. I want to say, I maybe want to say like inanimate pleasures. Like that could definitely be it on a really deep, darker level. But like the cherry on top of that energy. But I'm getting more of like inanimate objects, cars, clothes, stuff like bags, shit like that, shoes, shit like that. Energy thief with 1D, 2D, earthbound thinking. She thought that she was exempt from the whole community going down, and she started all this shit. She thought that she was gonna have an escape plan, and that's not what's going on. I picked up that the whole thing was going down like headboard. So if anything, this person leading the shit, she's going down first. She gonna hit the pavement first. But the reason why where we are now, when I started doing more work, is that I'm pulling more cards, I should say, is that the reason why this energy is so heavy and stagnant, because it wasn't like a group of people were like, oh, we're gonna lie or start some shit between us just within the group, and then it's exasperated type shit. Because it was something, it's not something that can just pass with time. And that's why it's so heavy all the way up until this date. The energy is so fucking heavy because what they conjured was not just a regular contract. This was magician reverse energy under the moon. This was dark magic being done. That's why it's so heavy. This wasn't like a regular... It's one thing if somebody just... it's one thing if somebody takes somebody out of here, and it's another thing if somebody does a contract with Satan to get somebody taken up out of here and it doesn't go through. And that's what happened, is a contract was rejected because I'm stronger than whatever contract they took out. And they just kept taking out contracts, they just kept doing it, and I kept opening the void to consume the energy. Open the void, open the void, open the void. Let the void handle it. Send it back to the darkness from whence it came. And they kept opening up contracts, and now they literally worn themselves out with all these wands. They don't have anything else to send. They've sent everything in their arsenal. They have nothing else. And now they have to pay, and this shit is so fucking heavy. And the person leading it, I feel like, has succumbed to it or something. Like, it's something about the summertime and the sun being out longer. Because in the winter, they take advantage of it being dark, where they do dark work. They have more time to do dark work. In the summertime, the days are longer and the nights are shorter. And that sun energy, like, it's something about the heat being on their ass, like. Something that they sent out is coming back, or has come back. This is a bad judgment call. It's like they didn't get clearance to do whatever they were doing. Three of Cups reverse, Four of Wands reverse. King of Swords star. It's like a group of dark spiritual people doing something to someone, and a group of people, community people, thinking that someone is not spiritually aware, or nobody there is spiritually aware enough to know what they're doing and actually respond. And when I respond, it completely knocks the Four of Wands. Whatever dark plan they have, it's in the reverse. Whatever plan they have, it's over with. Because it's like I communicate with spirit. And how do I know this? Because it's my job to transmute energy. So I know when I'm if I'm the God's janitor, right? / security, and I find paraphernalia, or I find, just a weapon, just I find anything that somebody, like, how are you gonna tell me that I'm tripping? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it feels being on my end. Like, of course I know what that is. That's what I do. I filter through energy. Like, I know how to file. That's my thing. Like, I know how to thoroughly fine-tooth comb, a crime scene. And I know energetically, like, I'm an energetic filter. I know what's going on. I know when something is I know, because I'm looking at my filter. I'm looking at what I have to clean. Why am I having to do so many cleansings? Why am I having to, like, all of a sudden, like, because something's going on in the energy. That's why. Find out what it is and find out who's doing it. Everyone has their own agenda. Not everybody that's into any type of, like, different arts or religions or anything like that. It's not all bad. The problem is people's intentions. And if your intention is pure, like, it shouldn't take someone else losing for you to win. That's not, you gotta come up with a different game plan, dog. That's not what's about to happen. Yeah, it wasn't even a second thought. I know it. I'm a Seven of Pentacles. I can see this shit from a mile away. I know when it's a Seven of Cups. It's not even it's not even a second thought that somebody is a Five of Swords. I'm privy to the shit. I'm not wondering why something's going on and outside of it and looking up like, why is this happening? I know. I'm a Seven of Pentacles. I know exactly what's going on. I know a Seven of Cups when I fucking see one. I have a higher perspective. Seven of Swords. I'm telling you. I said, that's what I guess. I have the bird's eye view, bird's eye perspective. That's my gift. That's what I'm supposed to do. It's like God can bless you with, like, I'm seeing an eye. I'm seeing the Eye of Sauron on a lighter scale, but I'm also seeing from Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like being able to have that eye, like God give you, like, clarity of your third eye, and this is like people trying to steal that. Because clarity of the third eye, I'm seeing like Neo, like the way he sees the numbers in the Matrix. Like imagine you can see the world like that, and imagine you understand it, like math and balance and all the fates and all those things that play into the numbers, like being able to read like that, like just everything, calculate everything, calculate the outcome of everything, you know. See the unknown, see the unseen, what runs in the background type shit. The background apps. It's like people of the dark want to take that ability, but it wouldn't be that ability if you had it though. That greatness that you see, it's you can't take that. Even if you took the eye, it would never. You could never use it. It's not you. It's not about. It's about the energy and how you carry it. It's not about. It's about your personal. Like it has to be able to flow through you. It's not something you can just carry around. Which is insane. Like that someone really thinks that, yeah, this is not, they didn't have the right idea about this. They thought a crown is something that you take and carry, but it's more than that. It's the way you see things, and again with that poverty mindset, somebody with a poverty mindset, led by, that's the leader of other people with a poverty mindset. And that's why this Four of Wands is in the reverse and I'm sitting in the King of Cups energy. I already know that that's why this plan is never going to work, because I'm already emotionally tapped in to know what's on the other side of these people's decisions. Like what was the influence? This was always going to be, they thought this was going to be a big break. And this was just a big ass therapy lesson. Yeah, they were gonna put me in the Three of Swords. And successful. Even the Four of Wands to get some sort of result. Put them in the Two of Wands. Put them in the Six. But they had a plan to take my Two of Wands, right? Because that's them looking out to the future. So that's the four. They had a plan to take my Two of Wands, and that would put them in what? The Six of Wands. It would put them in victory. Right. They're a plan to get them into the Two of Wands that would essentially be them being in victory, but their Four of Wands is in the reverse, and the Six of Wands is in the reverse. They were not successful. Especially since I stayed graceful. And, High Priestess. Because I already knew the outcome. So why am I going to get frustrated when I already know that the outcome is all of their hard work going to waste? And death, an ending, and a restart, a winter, and then a spring. I'm so gracious about it. That's the crazy thing. Even with them trying to put me in the Three of Swords, Four of Swords. Even with them trying to put me in the Three of Swords, Four of Swords. Even with that, I still stayed so gracious. So classy. Great Queen of Pentacles energy. Yeah, I stood my ground with class. This is giving, I just seen, what's her name? Y'all, what's that girl name? The one from Fast and Furious, the Hispanic girl. Dom's girlfriend. Letty. I think. It's giving Letty. Yeah, it's giving Letty. Like, just like showing female. Yeah, but this King of Wands energy, it's not. It's to like. It's to wrangle. Like, if you see this King of Wands energy come out, it's because it's to wrangle the dark energies. Like, that's what I'm getting. I'm getting wrangled. Yeah, I'm an Empress. So it's never you. See, this is people thinking because I'm with the action spiritually that they have me pressed or something, but that's not the case. It's like, oh, we got her scared. She picking up the phone and dial the police. Like, no, baby, this isn't the police. I just called a team of SEALs. Yeah, because that's who this Queen of Wands reverse. That's whose Ace of Wands reverse this is. Yeah, I don't have to do anything. I'm an Empress. I don't have to do anything. I just have a huge wand, but I don't have to do anything. Here we go with that girl versus girl thing. The two females with two wands. You know. Yeah, but this person is, they neglect. Well, it's also giving me like, one, I have a wand that I don't have to even use, but two, giving me like I focus on growth and not like moving a lot. But we can read into it as the Queen of Wands reverse. That's whose Ace of Wands is. This group, because she moves as a group. I don't move as a group. I move as a singular person. Yeah, I came up against the Ace of Wands reverse devil. I had a face off with the Ace of Wands reverse devil. And I stayed as Empress. Eight of Swords in the reverse. I remained in my seat. I picked up the phone and called somebody. Called my team. My spirit team. I don't know why these stars on her head look like a, my crown looks like a, oh, like a space helmet or something. Like antennas or something. Like I can like call motherboard. I call motherboard. They said, yes. It's also giving with that Lovers how the girl's looking up but the man isn't. It's like if you come into my energy, you don't know what's going on, but I'm connected to the divine. It's like, so if something happens where like where people go into like spiritual court with me, and you shouldn't do that because you're in my spiritual court too. And the divine looks at you, because we're both in the spirit. Like, people see my energy clear as day. And that's why I know when somebody's hiding something. So we're both in front of the Lord, in front of judgment, and it's like, okay, well, what happens with this person? And God tells what to do. Either give them some energy, give them a kind thought, give them a kind word, move on about my day. It just depends. And that's how Spirit knew who was who, because this person is so focused on the wand and being a terrorist, and I'm focused on the divine. Like, it was easy to know who wasn't who, because they don't know the script. Them doing what they're doing shows that they're rogue. Yeah, that's part of the job. 3 of Cups in the reverse. It's like, if I'm not investing any money, but I'm watching the account and it's fluctuating all over the place, obviously somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing. And it's like, if there's a community and I'm not investing, and my name is involved, there's obviously something going on in the background. Obviously. So this is somebody doing this whole... Here we go with this magic that... Oh, wow. So this is somebody who did a whole bunch of magic to try to seem like the community I was in was my community. Like, somebody tried to... Oh, bitch, you're evil. I mean, I guess if you're gonna be evil, go all the way, right? But bitch, this is like evil to where, like, having sex in sewers and shit like that. Like, this is really, like, low vibrational. You can be evil and not be low vibrational. This is nuts. This is fucking nuts. So this is like a cloak, wanting to cloak the energy so that it's like, yeah. To make it seem like this is my ending family. Like, no. I don't fucking know you people. You're not my community. You're not my soul tribe. You're not my soul family. No, you don't get that title. This is like people trying to, like, attach to me so they can get a galaxy family pass or some shit. Like, no, you're not. This is like an angel comes to audit a place and these people try to act like they're the person, like the auditor is retired and they're like their family, and like you're never leaving this place or some shit. Like, no, bitch, I'm here to audit. This place is dirty as fuck. You're getting shut down and you're not coming with me. You don't get to work where I'm at, bitch. No, you're staying the fuck here. Getting shut down. Losing your job. Like, this is so weird. Like, imagine you these people are running the back rooms type shit, and you come to shut down the back room, and they try to drug you and have you wake up in the back room and not know that that's where you're at. That they just try to turn your audit, your come in, shut this shit down and leave, into a we're all auditors. We all have to figure this out so we can all leave as energy. Like, bitch, who are we? Who's we? No. Shut it down. So weird. So weird. Yeah, it's weird ass shit. It's just illusion magic. That's all. It's fucking illusion magic. Nah, bitch. Y'all stuck in the fucking back room. I'm leaving. Yeah, it's that Queen of Pentacles reverse. It's that jealous. Remember I said it from the beginning. This is her losing control of my energy. Yeah, 10 swords in reverse. They're hoping that they get to sacrifice me in the back room so they can go home to the back room monster that they summoned. They summoned a fucking demon, and they kept bringing other people into the building to attach their subconscious to the back room to make the back room even fucking bigger. So they were supposed to trap me down there and be like, we all have to get out. Like, no, I don't have to find my way around this back room. You're under judgment and I'm leaving. So now they're stuck. All these people that went down and extended their brain into a part of the back room to create a place for me to have to, you know what I mean? Because it would if somebody doesn't want to heal, they don't want to dig to get out of hell, but they trap an archaeologist and a miner down there and their little bloodline down there to do it. And then as they send them down into the catacombs type shit to go to dig out, to trap them down there, right? To make them dig out. So they're up there claiming in the real world that they are the miners and their family, trying to suck up all that energy and attention, like trying to basically like sending them down, trying to basically send them to their death while siphoning whatever gifts they have that could possibly get them out safely. And it was like either way, they're either going to siphon their gifts while they're down there, or they're going to get out and then they're going to have a way out where they can just go in and out of being just filthy and disgusting. But either way, it was like, well, they either don't make it and we siphon all of it, or they make it and then we still benefit from it. Like, that's how they were trying to set this shit up, and they lost control. And there will not be a 10 of swords, because that 10 of swords was just evil. That was like literally like locking somebody underground and then like setting it on fire type shit. Like, it was just so unnecessary. Like, you really could have just did one or the other. Like, you didn't have to do all that extra shit. And all that did was make it to where now they have no way out. It's just so disgusting. This magic is coming undone. Yes, I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. There's a lot of shit they were doing. This is like having a field day, being a piece of shit, but I knew the whole time. So the mental magic that I'm feeling being undone, is the mental magic where you're friends with the person that's doing work on you. So not only are they so it's like that two-edged sword magic. It's like it's the magic where yeah, that's like the best way to explain it. Like the person that's doing the work on you is in your face every day. And this is giving some real sinister shit, like a family member type shit, like somebody close that's literally has a candle lit, like paid somebody to do work on you while they're sitting there looking at you, throwing you evil eye, and they're watching you like it's keeping them stable, watching you be like attacked spiritually. They know what's happening. Like you're calling them, telling them this happened to me and that happened to me, and they know why. Then they're like, it's working. Like that type, like that energy of that type of nasty, low vibrational energy. That's what's returning. And that was something that was happening at the very beginning of all this going down. That was one of the very first knots that they tried to do. Let's do. Okay, oh, I split it up. Okay, let's see what these cards were. It's giving they were trying to like knock me off stage so that I could fall in a bag and they could like close the cycle out type shit, right? But I didn't get on the stage. In fact, they were on my stage being watched by God. Right under the Hermit is this Three of Cups versus King of Swords, Archangel Michael. They're already being looked into and investigated. Energetically, physically, who knows, but they're already getting looked into. Yeah. They were never separate from. I just keep getting that. Like somebody thinking that they are like the HBIC. They call the shots. They're the practitioner. They were the leader of, this is Queen Peon and the 6 peons in the pips. Right? And Gladys peons and peon pips. Right? And no. So it really makes you realize like you had no choice. You were never gonna win. Like, and I've been hearing that you're only as strong as your weakest link. You're only as strong as your weakest link. You're only as strong as your weakest link. Well, what if the weakest link is the leader? And then you're only as strong as your leader. And if your leader is weaker than you, then I mean, what? What can you really do? When your leader's weaker than you. Somebody wanted to make it seem like I was in their hand and they were giving me choices, but no, you're making choices with your hand and you're under judgment for those choices. It's no fight or competition about that. Ain't no 501s about that. And then that's that. And they're mad about that. That I'm moving on peacefully to calmer waters and take the position Emperor that I'm supposed to be in with my angels, ancestors, guides. Chariot, King of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm aware of this nonsense. Yeah, and when these messages come in, I'm in quick action. I take quick action to correct the shit. And, okay. So I don't know if there's somebody physically on these people's ass, but I know for sure spiritually, where there's an illusion, there will be judgment. And it's like no matter what somebody tries to do, the people they send get judged, and then it's their court date gets closer. So then they try to put somebody else in front to push their court date back, and then they get moved out the way, and then that court date get even closer, type shit. And it's like it's here, and they, yeah, okay. You know that Princess and the Frog, Dr. Facilier or whatever his name is, with his friends on the other side, how he couldn't pay back? Yeah. 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 You know the scene where he get drugged back to the pits of hell? Somebody is reclusing and getting ready for this drag back to hell. Temperance. It's crazy because it's like, since I opened the void, it's like at first it'll take whatever their negativity they're taking. And then if they don't stop the negativity, but they start to embody negativity, it'll actually start to eat at them too. And it's like the contract they took was that void has to consume, and their job was to cloak themselves with the light so that way they would not be consumed into the void. But I am the void. So who says that I play by completely different rules? Like, who says that, like, the light has anything to do with this? Like, you're so busy with trying to cloak yourself, like, it has nothing to do with cloaking. Now they sit in the Five of Cups. It has nothing to do with cloaking and everything to do with energy. Can you recycle and reuse energy? And you can't. This is the type, and I've been picking up on this exact analogy, and I'll say it fast so you know I'm not making it up off the dome, about you telling somebody to go and recycle some oil, and because they keep saying they can recycle oil, So, and you're a professional oil recycler. You have a whole little machine, a whole little get up. You can do it. It's easy. They go, okay, I'm gonna recycle this oil. They go outside and dump it in the neighbor's bushes. Somebody thought it was a matter of cloaking their energy long enough to get the energy to clean out or sacrifice somebody to take the energy, but they did so much shit that there's not enough energy in the world to cover up what the fuck they did. There's not enough bushes in the world for you to go outside and fake recycle, dumping the oil out. There's not enough bushes in the neighborhood. Everybody's onto you. Got the nerve to be hosting fish fries and shit and chicken fries and got the nerve deep frying turkeys for the whole neighborhood. You got the nerve, and the whole time it come out of sacrifice. And the agreement is that you let the devil mix his oil in too, so that way when you dump your oil out and you get everybody to let you dump oil, they secretly get to let the devil dump his oil too, and they'll never even know. It's weird shit. So somebody couldn't do what they claimed they could do, so it backfired, and we got Temperance, the Empress. They sit in the Five of Cups. I'm in the Nine of Wands. My Nine of Wands puts them in the Five of Cups. The Lovers, Two Swords in reverse. That's clear. I have a higher contract. somebody wanted to like call judgment on me, but that's not like they sold their soul to get my gift, right? But my gift isn't to call judgment on people. My gift is to leave good energy behind and walk away. And depending on what decision they make with that energy is what happens. Depending on how they handle the energy depends on what happens. Like, I'm a recording angel. Like, somebody wanted to steal the job of a recording angel so they could record, so they could use the record book as like a death note. That's exactly what this was. Somebody found out I was a witness, right? Because like I said with Cain didn't have a fucking conscience. So they believe in the dark arts that you have not having conscience, that you have to fully believe that what you're doing is right, it's okay, so you're like, you love doing, like, it's okay, like, you have to fully believe 100% that you can't have a conscience about it. You have to be completely evil, not give a fuck. Because when you have a conscience, that Eye of Sauron will get on your ass, and then the temperance angels come to come clean some shit up. So God sends down because people can train themselves not have a conscience, or some people genuinely are evil as hell and don't have a soul, right? They got spirits but don't have a soul. They have a spirit but they do not have a soul. Like to your foot, like a path, like a guidance in the sky, El Sol, like they don't have one of any sort. So yeah, Cain doesn't have, like, so since those people exist, God has to create what he would call a recording angel. And I picked it up earlier, and I'll say it past, I'm not making it up off the top of the dome. But I was thinking just earlier today about hold on. Yeah, back on the path. I'll remember it in a second. Recording angel. God will send in a recording angel because these people with no conscience actually exist, and their job is to record what they see, what's going on. Because they'll get up there and when it's time for judgment in a situation and be like, oh, because judgment doesn't have to happen when you pass. Judgment happens every day. But I don't know, I didn't know, and that's what a witness is. Okay, so when the president is like, I have eyes everywhere, he's not literally saying eyes. He doesn't have eyes literally everywhere, obviously not, but he has certain angels and frequencies and stuff set up places and agencies where he can get information if he needs it, and that's what a temperance recording angels for. They confirm or deny. They are there when it's time for judgment. They need witnesses to point and say who did the fuck what. That's what they're for. So somebody without a soul wanted to be a temperance angel, not a temperance. They wanted to take the recording angel's book and turn it into a death note and put lies to get people taken out for their own sick desires, whether it be physical money on the physical, take them out, or whatever the case is. That's what they wanted to do. Take a recording angel's notebook and turn it into a fucking death note. Somebody's mad because I have a higher spiritual position than them, and I'll post this video about that this girl posted about how someone tried to connect a cord to the tribe of Judah. Like, And I've said this before, that this is somebody that's obsessed with African spirituality that is no way in shape or form connected to Africans or anything. And they're jealous because when they go to do Nordic or Celtic or Chinese folk magic or jinn work or whatever the fuck they be doing, when they go to do that work, it doesn't work on me, and the spirits actually end up really loving me. They go get work done by natives and Hispanics and Dominicans and all stuff, and the gods that they're using, the deities and the entities that they're using, are not harming me, but in fact turning on them and mollywopping them and everybody in their crew all over the world. So they're jealous because they want to be so high ranked. But I mean, you do graveyard work and sex magic, like how high honored could you possibly think that is? Now, of course, the Egyptians did that, but that was on the higher vibrational end. That's not on the dark, they were not a faith based on, or a people based on instant gratification. If you want to get to all that, like, type of stuff, you can't be lower end. You won't even understand what they're talking about in your low vibrational sacrally. So this is somebody can't handle their vessel is too low vibrational to handle the frequency of different types of entities and deities and cultures and stuff. Like they can't handle that. You want to be able to tap in and be able to, for people's ancestors to help you and stuff like that, and you're racist as fuck. But you believe because you're alive and they're dead, and you can light a couple candles, that they better, and you can do a couple binding incantations and sigils, that they better do what the fuck you tell them to do. Because you're intermarrying in the spirit, not because you actually love their nephew, niece, or whatever, because you actually love them, but because their granddaughter or whatever the fuck, but because you want to essentially, I heard RAPE, their spiritual wealth out of their bloodline, so you can do whatever the fuck you want to do carnally in this lifetime, so you can just live it the fuck up and have somebody pay your spiritual tab. Run around doing shit around here that'll get generations cursed for until the end of fucking eternity, and you want to do that in somebody else's energy. You don't want to build anything, you don't want to grow, you just want to show God how much he hates him by corrupting people. At that point, you're not even doing it for self. You're doing this just because you don't care about anything, not even you living. Not you messing with the dead and you moving like you don't want to live. You don't have no fucking respect. So anyways. Because Odin loves me. Hecate and all those other little weirdo people you be calling on, they all love me. Not weirdo people you be calling on because y'all call on them in weird energy. That's what I'll say. All those energies that you call on in weird energy, they don't hate me. So why you're playing a dangerous fucking game. Yeah, and whoever this dark group is, it's out. Emperor versus the Sun, it's out. The contract I have is clear. There's no Two of Swords about it. And whoever this dark fucking group is, the Sun is out. Wheel of Fortune. The Sun is out. This is a leader of a group. That's why they sit as an emperor in the reverse, because they're a leader of a group even over the men. So if you are sitting on top of a man's head with your hands in his brain and he's the body and you're the head, then that would make you a leader over a man, over masculine energy. So if you're a woman doing that, you would be in masculine energy, but obviously in the reverse, because you're in the reverse, and the person's energy that you're riding, they're in the reverse too. That's how you're riding them. So this shit didn't do anything but backfire, because it just exposed everything and all the nooks and crannies and all the different tools and shit that they were using to try to get this shit done. 6 wands in the reverse on both decks. Sheesh. That's the physical and the spiritual. Because these are people that don't believe in being actually of the light. They believe in being in the dark and being so deep in the dark that you're mirroring the light. This is like a two-way mirror with a mirror behind it. An illusion within an illusion. Yeah, King of Cups reverse. This is a lot of not only am I getting spiritual work, but I first really heard drinking. So these are people that might mix uppers and downers when they conjure up this spirit, this energy to send. Yeah, they mix a lot of different shit. The full reverse, yeah. They just doing whatever the fuck. This is people that take X and pills, and I heard horse tranquilizer and ketamine. Stuff that makes them nutty. Page of Swords reverse, Ace of Wands reverse. So it's like making their mind small to make more room for that energy to take over. Yeah. Yeah. Justice reverse. Clarify this Chariot. Chariot. Yeah. That's how they do this fusion. To move the 10 of Wands is through sex, drugs, and alcohol and all that, all fired up, staying up late, sleep deprivation and shit like that. And that's how they bind. It's like starting a car, starting a dark vehicle. That's how you start the dark vehicle. 8 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. Okay, so the thing is, it's talking about wounds rotting, right? And it starts off with guides the waters. So it'll start off like you actually can get somewhere low key, short distances doing that, but they keep starting the car over and over and over again to where it's rotted them. When you do that for these energies, again, I'm getting like stretching, 6 wands reverse, I'm getting like stretching clothes out. Like you can only do that so much before the clothes are stretched out and they just don't fit anymore. And I feel like that's what's happened. They've done it so much that it's backfired on them. Page of Wands, yeah, it's backfired on them. And since I don't do that, Page of Wands in the upright, since I don't do that, it never affected me. So these are people that do shit like popping pills and drinking and do all that crazy shit, right? And then those hallucinations, they consider that connecting to the other side. But I don't know if these people will specify with other people that they're talking to, or probably not. I'm not sure if they specify to these people that what they're like, anything that comes to talk to you when you're under the influence of a spirit, you know, like alcohol, right? You probably shouldn't be talking to that. Nothing should require you to be completely inebriated in order to communicate. Like, you don't want anything that, like, is talking to you when the veil is not thin, right? But when the veil is gone, bitch. Yeah, now they're in the Four of Swords, Five of Wands. Yeah, they're in the Hermit now. It's real quiet. They're in the Hermit now because this shit is coming out. This shit is coming out. And the thing is that this shit is so low vibrational that initially when it comes to people's attention, it's like, oh, it's just weird shit. But you have to understand that people are really putting energy, sending energy, sex magic and shit like that behind. Like, I don't know. I feel like people underestimate the power of like lesser magic and shit. Like, they underestimate the power of sexual energy. They underestimate the power of alcohol and drug usage. They don't really think about how sleep deprivation really affects the mind and how you can start to go between two worlds under that. So then when you add in the alcohol, you add in the drugs, you add in the sex, you add in the spell work and the candles. So, ding! Bitch is out of here. Out of here. Vessel all fucked up, like, yeah. Yeah. It'll make them feel like they're going somewhere and they're a King of Pentacles, even if the Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. You know, I'm also reading this upright of me being the King of Pentacles chariot, like I'm on the money and I'm out of here. You know, I got the big piece of information. I'm out of here, but that's what it's giving me on the left hand side. That it's you know, the Superman, the way drugs and heroin and shit make you feel like fucking Superman. Same Page of Swords, the same thing. Even when the shit is crumbling, even when you see that it's not working, even when you see that it's backfiring, even when it's like gambling, like you keep believing in that one sliver of hope, but you just lost your mortgage, you know, but you believe if you just hit it big one time, you'll get it all back. Like, it's like people are in their own delusion. Knight of Cups reverse. Yeah, Spider reverse. It just backfired and they tied themselves up in their own energy, so now I get to walk free. Death reverse. Four of Wands reverse. Yeah, that plan, it's, I don't know. They feel like this has worked before. They feel like they've done this to other people before and all this other shit, but I'm not on those. Why are you trapping somebody down somewhere in like the back rooms that don't play by the rules of the back rooms? I'm exempt from the rules of the back rooms. And somebody was trying to take my cloaking so that all the shit that they got this group to do, they'd be exempt from. And that's not what's happening. They're all going down, even the main one, causing illusions. And they sit there in the Two of Cups, all balanced, getting off to watching you in the Seven of Cups. But now 10 wands in the reverse. Yep. They built all that energy up just that shit to spin right back around, hit their ass in the face. And I didn't have to get out of my seat. 9 swords in the reverse. Somebody being in the 7 of swords, getting off to watching me in the 2. Again, that's that doing that weird sneaky shit running around. Look. 9 swords in reverse, that's 7 in the 2, right? Oh, no, that's 10 swords in the reverse, actually. 10 wands in the reverse, 10 swords are in the reverse. Empress. Yeah. They tried it, and they didn't get either. They didn't get the wands or the mental work done. Alright. I'm gonna call it. Bye.